Greetings and salutations. My name is JW608, and today I am playing StarMade. Oh, it's an elevator. All right. Speaking of elevators, we need to wire this up so it works properly. So what we have now is we have some call buttons. These call buttons go to their appropriate level on these side buttons. We have 3 side buttons for bottom, middle, and top floors. And these side buttons attach to these wireless buttons, although in all actuality, no. Just say in all actuality, we only need 1 set of these. But for yeah, we only need 1 set of those. So we're gonna rewire this by taking all of these out. All of these out. What are these gonna do? It's gonna be horrible. So we just need this 1 set here. This should be well within range of logic working properly. Once you get a couple 100 blocks away, then logic goes funny. All right, want the down one? Attach to the down one. Down, attach to down. I guess how we're going to attach the middle. That's right, to middle. Attach this middle. This middle. Then, I know it's shocking. Attach the top button to the top button. All right. Did I get these already? So the middle goes to the middle one, and the top goes to the top one. All right. Awesome. So now, everything's wired up to these buttons. So if I press down on... Line it up, I press down here, they should light up. And it did. Actually see what I'm doing. Yep, that looks like it works. So that's going to select our floors, and this setup is going to tell me which button they done pressed. In fact, with that, I can just totally get rid of this side piece here that I was using to house the button. So that's going to make life easier that way. Awesome, huh? That's all right. Why are you using buttons? Why aren't you just wiring them straight? Well, I don't want logic wires running through my glass elevator. That kind of defeats the point of a glass elevator. And it just removes the logic wires altogether. Why don't you turn off logic wires? As I like logic wires, except when I don't. Yes, I know that made all the sense in the world. All right, so if we want to come down, we're going to have to come to here. We want to hit down. We want to go to the top level. We want to come here and hit the top level. CV that. C to choose your button, and V to choose the connection where it sends the signal. So when I press this button, it's going to fire that one. I press this button, it's going to fire that top one. Press this one, it fires the bottom one. Awesome, huh? When I press this button, it's going to fire all 3 of those, but those aren't wired up yet. See? I should be able to come in here and press going up, and it goes up. I should be able to press coming down, and it goes down. I should also be able to come up here, hit call, and the elevator is in motion. All right. And I should be able to call it from here as well. And elevator's in motion again. You can stop it mid-motion. You don't have to wait for it to get to its destination. And of course the doors open appropriately. But this button doesn't do anything yet. I guess I could set it up so it waits, then it triggers, but all that's going to be a little too much for me right now. And besides, how many people are you going to have wanting to use this elevator at once? Probably 1. So, we're going to grab you. You are going to control a single solitary block. We're going to control that block right there. However, we're going to trigger that block. You are going to control all of these. I would Shift C or Shift V, I'm sorry, Shift V, and that shows all the similar blocks, or the rails, that is. But since this one's going sideways, it is not similar. So these need to be coming down, and then I need some that go up. Actually, that's wrong. These need to be going up. TV on those. And we also want to deselect these. It's the same as selecting. Shift V, it deselects all the selected ones that are adjacent. These. So now, if I hit, in fact, while I'm thinking about it, I like to have gravity blocks at, oh, no, not attached to logic. I like to have gravity blocks at every entrance. And because those don't really have entrances yet, we're not going to worry about that. So let's test it out. Let's actually take a ride. Whee! Take me to the middle. There we go. Oh, it's so exciting. Riding the elevator in space, a space elevator. Yes, there is a block there, but it looks invisible. Ooh. Take me. It looks invisible because of the pickup rail. So I didn't take that into consideration. That's a graphical glitch. Right, so take me to the middle now. Making sure the middle works both ways. It does. Now take me to the bottom. So I like this. Up. Picking all the permutations to see if something went horribly, awfully no good wrong. And I hear someone crying, well, what if we want this to be like an inside elevator? Well, you can't have an inside elevator that has glass around it. And can't take me to any more top quite yet. We can Willy Wonka this thing if we wanted to. But I don't think we're going to. And take me all the way to the bottom, skipping the middle, make sure I didn't cross any wires. Yep. That door does snap open awful quick. Right. So we're going to get out of gravity and hop back into the old build block. And notice you can't see any of those because they are pickup rails. You can't see them in fake space right now. If I do this, this is not going to be very smart, is it? Actually see the rail. Hop out. We're going to come back up here. I hadn't thought about the glitch that things against transparent objects get messed up. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I guess I could like it, but hold up. Hold the phone. We are going to build block right here. This is going to be my temporary build block. Going to throw up some symmetry. Bleh. We're going to... Not a good idea, JW. What you're about to do is not very smart. We're going to stick with camera. Place active. Kind of tall. I wanted. That is what I wanted, but not what I wanted quite that way. This way and turn them this way around. That gives a little lip so you can get caught. But are we willing to sacrifice for this? You can see, oh wow, you can see that's interesting there. It's still glass. It'll work fine. Glass doesn't work quite right. The transparencies don't often work the way you think they should. And this should give me just enough to get caught on this ledge. Yeah. I don't think that's a feature, but, well, it is a feature because it's here. I think we're going to go with this because it pulls away and you can see the texture of the glass on this back wall. Not ideal, but it's what we're going to do because the way I designed this, I didn't set it up so pickup rail was in the middle. Anyway, if I'd set that up, the pickup rail in the middle, I guess we still could. I could use the solid glass blocks. But not going to right now. What JW really should. Set it up. Let's see, how are you designed? You were designed like this. You need them to not be designed like that anymore. Not exactly what I want to do. My brain is functioning how I want to work this out. Functioning? Parsing how I want to work this out. We're going to save this as a 0. And we're going to hop out. Back into build mode. Get in nav filter docked. Gonna snag this and destroy entity. All right. We're also gonna clear that so we can add and remove blocks. And this, because this is gonna be painful. We're gonna set you up. I'm just gonna leave it. We're gonna do pick with camera, not pick with camera. Clear. Queue. Then load. Spawn as docked. Deal. Sometimes things aren't just worth the effort, I don't think. And I think this case, if transparency ever gets fixed, it'll be just fine. And it'll look better this way anyway. All right. And I don't want to rewire. I just wasted a bunch of time fumbling about with that. Buttons and move them down here and remove the need for this hallway or this unit here, but no, we're gonna leave that as it is. Changes you could make. All right, so we now have a functioning elevator. Pop out this build block because we're using that one, apparently. And this is the central hub for our elevator. Awesome. So now I need to figure out what to do with our central hub for our elevator. So we're gonna start by throwing a hallway here. Throw up some hallways. Make sure everything's nice and flush there. There we go. Everybody has a hallway and everybody has a graph unit. Awesome. Probably should write like where you are here somewhere. That's for another day. All right, so there we go. We have our elevator all nice and wired up. We've refactored it, so it's now should run with fewer moving pieces. And I changed some blocks here so texture errors don't show up like they were going to. Still not entirely pleased with that, but that's life. Anyway, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I will dig you cats later.